Today we're tackling one of the most baffling mysteries in the world of manuscripts, the Voynich Manuscript. This ancient book has stumped scholars, cryptographers, and scientists for over a century.
Is it cursed? Like anyone who reads it turns into a frog?
Not quite, though that would make it even more interesting. The Voynich Manuscript is a medieval manuscript written in an unknown script and language. It's named after Wilfrid Voynich, a Polish book dealer who acquired it in 1912. Another fascinating aspect of the manuscript is its provenance. Before it came into Voynich's possession, it was part of the library of the Collegio Romano in Italy. Some records suggest it may have been owned by Emperor Rudolf II, who was known for his interest in alchemy and the occult.
Did anyone else famous own it?
Potentially. Some believe it passed through the hands of notable figures like Athanasius Kircher, a Jesuit scholar who was known for his attempts to decipher Egyptian hieroglyphs. The manuscript is about 240 pages long, but it's believed that some pages are missing. It contains illustrations of strange plants, astronomical charts, mysterious figures, and what looks like recipes. The text is written in an unknown alphabet, and despite numerous attempts, no one has been able to decipher it.
Maybe it's just really bad handwriting?
If only it were that simple. The script doesn't match any known language or code. Over the years, many have tried to crack it, from professional cryptographers during World War II to modern-day computer scientists, but no one has succeeded. Some think it's a hoax, while others believe it's a coded document. There are even theories suggesting it's an unknown language or a medical text written in shorthand.
Who do they think wrote it?
Great question. Some historians believe it was authored by Roger Bacon, a 13th century English monk. Others suggest it could have been written by John Dee, an advisor to Queen Elizabeth I. However, there's no concrete evidence to support these claims. Now, let's dive a little deeper into the various sections of the Voynich manuscript. The herbal section, for instance, contains over 100 plant species, many of which are entirely unrecognizable. This has led some researchers to speculate that the plants depicted are either fantastical or represent a lost botanical knowledge.
Do any of the plants look like something out of Harry Potter?
Some of them do indeed look quite fantastical. This section has fueled theories that the manuscript could be an elaborate herbal guide, possibly related to medieval or Renaissance medicinal practices. Next, the astronomical section includes charts that show constellations and possibly astrological symbols. Some believe these diagrams indicate that the manuscript was used for astrological purposes, which was common in medieval Europe.
So it's like a medieval horoscope?
In a way, yes. Astrology was a serious science at the time, and many people believed in its influence over their daily lives. The inclusion of these symbols suggests that the manuscript could have been used for astrological readings or calendars. Moving on to the biological section, this part of the manuscript is especially perplexing. It features drawings of naked women interacting with an array of strange, interconnected tubes and capsules. Some theories suggest these might be alchemical processes, or even representations of human biology and reproduction.
Maybe it's an old-timey biology textbook?
That's one of the more grounded theories. It could be a medical text focusing on women's health, or a guide to alchemical transformations involving the human body. The cosmological section features intricate circular diagrams, which some interpret as maps of the cosmos or representations of alchemical processes. This section has led some researchers to propose that the manuscript is a comprehensive guide to the universe, blending astronomy, astrology, and mysticism.
So it's like medieval sci-fi?
You could say that. The diagrams are so detailed and otherworldly that they spark the imagination. In the pharmaceutical section, we find drawings of jars and containers, possibly indicating the storage of herbs and other substances. This section supports the theory that the manuscript was a medical or alchemical text, detailing the preparation and storage of remedies.
Maybe it's an ancient pharmacy guide?
Exactly. It could have been used by practitioners of medicine or alchemy to prepare treatments for various ailments. Finally, the recipes section lists paragraphs of text with stars next to them, which some believe to be recipes or instructions for concoctions. Given the manuscript's mysterious nature, these could be anything from medicinal recipes to magical spells.
Or a really old cooking show script.
Perhaps. The true purpose of these recipes remains one of the many mysteries of the Voynich Manuscript. Now, let's talk about some of the attempts to decode this mystery. In the 1920s, a cryptographer named William Friedman, who later helped break the Japanese Purple Code during World War II, spent years trying to decipher it without success. In the 1970s, cryptologist Mary D'Imperio published a comprehensive study on the manuscript's structure, highlighting its complex patterns and possible encoding methods. Despite her efforts, the manuscript's meaning remained elusive.
What about computers? Can't they crack the code?
Excellent point. In recent years, artificial intelligence and machine learning have been employed to analyze the text. In 2014, a research team from the University of Alberta used AI to identify the manuscript's language as Hebrew, but their findings remain controversial and unverified. Some linguists believe the text is a form of constructed language, while others think it's a sophisticated cipher. One of the latest theories suggests it might be a mix of several languages, encoded in a way that only the author could understand.
Has anyone tried to replicate the manuscript?
Yes, and interestingly, the University of Bristol once claimed to have decoded it, stating it was a women's health manual written in an abbreviated Latin script. However, this claim was later retracted due to a lack of evidence. Another theory is that it could be a herbalist's reference book, with each plant illustrated representing a real or mythical herb used in traditional medicines. This would explain the detailed plant illustrations and recipes.
Maybe it's just a really elaborate prank from the past.
That's always a possibility. Some even suggest it could be an alchemical text, given the period it likely originates from, around the early 15th century, a time when alchemy was widely practiced. The Voynich Manuscript has also been linked to cryptography. Some believe it might contain hidden messages within the illustrations or text. This theory posits that the text is a complex cipher requiring specific keys or methods to unlock.
So no one really knows what it says or who wrote it.
Exactly. Despite the numerous theories and research efforts, the true purpose and origin of the Voynich Manuscript remain elusive. It continues to be a source of fascination and frustration for scholars. Let's not forget the theory that it could simply be a hoax. Some believe that the manuscript was created to fool someone into thinking it was an ancient, valuable text, perhaps to sell it at a high price. This theory is supported by the fact that no one has been able to make sense of it for centuries.
Maybe it's an alien's diary.
That's another theory that's been floated around. The idea that it could be of extraterrestrial origin, though highly speculative, adds another layer to the manuscript's mystique. The Voynich Manuscript has even inspired works of fiction and popular culture, appearing in novels, TV shows, and movies. Its enigmatic nature captivates the imagination, allowing it to transcend scholarly circles and enter the realm of myth and legend. Despite all the theories, the mystery of the Voynich Manuscript endures. It remains an unsolved puzzle, a testament to the complexities of human history and the limits of our understanding. So, class, what do you think? Is it a coded message, an unknown language, or perhaps something else entirely?
Maybe it's just waiting for the right person to come along and read it.
Perhaps. Until then, the Voynich Manuscript will continue to challenge and intrigue scholars and enthusiasts alike. And who knows? Maybe one of you will be the one to finally solve its mystery. Okay, and that about wraps up this lesson. Thank you for your attention today, and don't forget, if you liked this video, make sure to subscribe to the Enigma Academy for more intriguing tales and mysteries. Until next time, stay curious.